What I'd say, Michael, is if you're in business or even you're doing your Amazon store, the one thing where you can start with AI, and I think what most people end up doing is end up getting completely overwhelmed. They're going to take the world over with AI on day one instead of saying, let me just have like a small little morsel, a small little bite. And what I would say is, if you're going to start using it, just ask yourself or ask a team member or somebody in your company, what's the one thing that you hate doing all day? Well, the one task that you just don't want to do that takes time and wastes time. And then you let them stop and think. And the answer may be, well, I hate reading T12s or I hate responding back to residents. And this is,
Mhm.
I'm talking in my business. And that's the one thing you start to solve for because to adopt the new technology, it's really difficult. I was just having this conversation with our neighbor. He's a two-star general, and he was talking about change. And he said, change in society has only been around for the last 400 or 500 years. When you're back in the medieval times, people didn't want change. Change was dangerous. You're basically living in a feudal system. If you change, all of a sudden crops don't grow next year, you're dead. So we're so resistant to change. And my hope for anybody listening to this is just give yourself a break. It's really hard to adopt a new technology, but adopt by really small piece and ask yourself, what's the one thing that I really don't like doing that I think AI could that task for me? And then once you see that and you adopt it, then you can share it with other team members and say, okay, what's the one thing that is holding you back that day or that you don't like to do? And then you start implementing it on them. And then people start seeing the massive benefits. And then they'll say to themselves, hey, I think this is the way to go.